It's the year 2026, and that means that I have been endlessly yapping about Matter for over a year now. And in that time, I've learned a lot about these devices. And I've always said the purpose of this channel is the journey, not the destination. And if I never said that, then I'm saying it now. I'm not the expert. Maybe one day in the distant future I will be, but for now, my goal is to... That's my intro music. Can we just hold on a sec? We're not there yet. Thank you. All right, I'll get to the point and you can stay to the end if you want to learn a little bit about me. I've been building my smart home on Matter, and some of these Matter devices have really stuck with me for different reasons, and I think that's worth celebrating. The reliability, the versatility, the sheer power, the aesthetics, or even just a surprise move by a brand to make an already good device more accessible. These are my top 5 Matter devices that you should have in your smart home today. Okay, you can run the intro now.
I'm Patrick Hunt, and I want you to like smart home tech as much as I do. Real solutions with Matter, Apple Home, and a little creativity. Weekly, I'll show you how small upgrades can make a big difference. Welcome.
You don't need to know what Matter is. You just need to know what the logo looks like, and it looks like this. Buy stuff with that on the box and you'll be living the dream. You do need a Matter controller, which there's one on the list. And you need a thread border router for Matter over Thread devices, which all of these are. And that's also on the list. It's the same device. As I make video after video, always taking a section to explain what Matter is and explain what Thread is, I think back to when I bought my Ring security system. I had no idea that the contact sensors were connecting to the base station through Z-Wave. I just followed the directions to connect them to the base station. Similarly, buying a Philips Hue starter kit, I was confused that the only device showing on my Wi-Fi was the Hue bridge, because all of the lights were connected to the bridge through Zigbee. But learning this information doesn't really impact the average smart home user unless you're doing some deep troubleshooting. There isn't a Matter and Thread starter kit because the idea is that you can mix and match all you want. So there isn't just one hub to buy, and you don't have to buy devices all from one brand. So it's not as straightforward. But if you follow this list, it might just be an unofficial starter kit. At number 5, the Philips Hue Essential A19 bulb. Philips Hue has been described by the masses as overpriced. And then somehow the other masses really love the color reproduction and the reliability. But they've always been Zigbee bulbs, which means you need to buy the Hue bridge. The Hue Essential bulb can be connected via Zigbee to the bridge, just like any other Hue bulb, but it can also connect via Matter over Thread. This means no bridge, no third-party app, just a good quality bulb from a solid brand in your platform of choice, like Apple Home, Google, or Alexa. It's also more affordable than their other bulbs at $25 a bulb instead of $55. This won't outperform those higher end bulbs, which also have the Matter over Thread option, but it's on this list because of the competitive price. A couple of honorable mentions in this lighting category are the Aqara T2 and the LifeX Everyday bulbs. These both score high on the color rendering index and give you multiple options for connectivity. The Aqara bulb being Thread or Zigbee, just like the Hue bulb, and the LifeX bulb being Matter over Wi-Fi, and then adding to that Matter over Thread in the near future. Having Wi-Fi or Thread in the same device is definitely right for broader Matter adoption. Number 4 is the Aqara FP300 sensor. This is another dual protocol device. It's either Matter over Thread or Zigbee via an Aqara hub. This is a multi-purpose sensor giving you readings for temperature, humidity, light, motion, and most importantly, presence. I've seen just presence sensors and I've seen just temperature and humidity, but putting them all in one device means fewer little boxes mounted on your walls. I've used this as both a Thread device and a Zigbee device. It allows for more fine-tuning via Zigbee in the Aqara app, but when paired via Matter over Thread in Apple Home, it works just fine right out of the box. It uses millimeter wave technology for very acute presence sensing, and it does a good job holding presence of even a small child in a crib. And best of all, it's battery powered, so it can be mounted anywhere. I've had a video ready to go on this sensor for like 2 months now, but I've been waiting for it to be back in stock. It's been sold out ever since it was released. If you want to kill like 5 birds with 1 stone, then this sensor is the one to do it. And if it were in stock, I think it's like 35 bucks or something. Honorable mentions for sensors are the Lefair LWR01 for presence, motion, and light, and the RE temperature sensor for temperature, humidity, and air quality. The RE sensor is extremely small and very accurate. So if you don't need presence and motion, then this is a good option for a very discrete temperature sensor. Number 3, and where you can actually start saving money as you continue to watch this video, the Level Lock Pro. When I think smart home, I'm imagining sensors on the walls, screens and cameras where they never were before. Level has done a really good job of keeping my smart home classy, starting at the front door. The Level Lock Pro blends right in, so only you and your friends know that it's a smart lock. It supports Apple HomeKey first and foremost. It knows if the door is open or closed, and of course, it's Matter over Thread. My friends at Level are offering a discount code. Use code MAKESMARTMATTER10 at checkout for 10% off a Level Lock Pro. Honestly, we've had a Level bolt on our front door for a few years now, and it's still a solid lock. I just wish it had some more features. Level Lock Pro just barely edged out the honorable mention in this category. And I definitely cannot move on without mentioning ultra-wideband technology and the Aqara U400. I care far more about the look of the front door than having 10 ways to unlock my door. If the Level Lock Pro had ultra-wideband like the U400 does, then it's no contest. With UWB, you can just walk up to the door with your phone or watch and it unlocks itself. The look of the U400 is fine, but it doesn't disappear into the door. So when Level comes out with their ultra-wideband Level Lock Ultra or something, I'll be first in line. Number 2 is the Homey Pro, and this can be the foundational device of your smart home. It's your Matter controller, your Thread border router, Zigbee, Z-Wave, Bluetooth, infrared, whatever else. Connect every device to Homey Pro and use the extremely user-friendly interface to organize and automate. So your switches can be mapped here, your buttons, and your sensor automations can happen here. You can also integrate devices which aren't proper smart home devices, like your Dexcom CGM, your LG washer and dryer, or your nursery hatch rest. I think some will argue that Home Assistant edges out Homey in terms of device compatibility and some automation features, but having been experimenting with this thing for several months now, I'm not easily finding those gaps. Before buying, if you're curious if it's compatible with your devices, just go to the site, click on apps, and you can search for the brand or device that you have. The Homey Pro is a little expensive at $400, but you're covered for every smart home protocol. There's the Homey Pro Mini, which supports the most essential stuff for $200. You're really just losing Bluetooth and Z-Wave. If you're interested in either of these or the Ethernet adapter for the Homey Pro, my friends at Homey have offered a discount code to my viewers. Use code MAKESMARTMATTER5 at checkout for 5% off. An alternative to this, which I think everyone has largely agreed is a great device overall, is the Apple TV 4K with Ethernet. This would be your Apple Home Hub, your Matter controller, and your Thread border router as well. But you don't get all the good stuff that Homey gives you. The cheapest and most frustrating alternative is the HomePod Mini. My last honorable mention before getting to number 1 is the RE Smart Button. It's a single battery-powered button, which of course doesn't require a proprietary hub because it is Matter over Thread. It's very small and very easy to hide around the house. So a brief look back. Number 5 is the Hue Essential Bulb. Number 4 is the Aqara FP300. Number 3 is the Level Lock Pro. Number 2 is the Homey Pro. Finally, my number 1 Matter device that you should have in your house right now. This thing is a workhorse in my house. I have 14 of them that I bought full price, no matter how many times I asked. The Inovelli White Series dimmer. White Series means it's in their Matter over Thread collection, so if you want to stay with Matter and Thread, you wouldn't buy the Blue Series or the Red Series. This dimmer gets hardwired in place of a current light switch. It's one of the few smart switches that does not require a neutral wire. It isn't just a dimmer switch for a light fixture. There are 3 configurable buttons here as a scene controller, and this LED is exposed as an RGB light. It's often used for notifications like a door is open or it smells like fart. Outside of automations, the most power in my smart home comes from the way that I use these switches, especially in Homey. I've configured the config button on this basement switch to just cycle through Philips Hue scenes every time I press the button. This fan switch version has been programmed to have a low, medium, and high setting, and the switch knows which position you're in as you move up or down. These recessed lights, which aren't smart, have a nightlight setting when turned on, off, and then back on again. So the config button on this switch runs a flow to turn the light on, off, and on with one button press. Holding down the config button in Connor's nursery toggles either the wake scene or the sleep scene depending on the state of the curtains, open or closed. You may have noticed it's controlling a lot of smart lights in my house. I'm using it in smart bulb mode, or often called decoupled mode. This means power to those lights is just passing through the switch, so those lights will always have power and therefore their connection to the smart home. You then set up automation to control the light's power state, the color, or whatever else. Lastly, a hardwired thread device acts as a thread router. So having more of these in different parts of your home will help to strengthen your thread mesh network. Bulbs are good for this too, but I would rather have a multifunctional device to do it. I also just like the way that it looks. A lot of smart switches are kind of funky looking. This is $65, but if you use the code MAKESMARTMATTER10 at checkout, you get 10% off. So this is my top 5 Matter device list. And I feel pretty good calling it the unofficial Matter over Thread starter kit, because I think you'd be pretty happy starting here. So if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. And what was I saying before I was interrupted by the point of this video? Hi, I'm Patrick. I started this channel about a year ago when I was trying to convert my house from Alexa to Apple Home. And I visited YouTube often during this process. And I decided I wanted to help others in the same way and share all the fun things that you can do with smart home tech. I've been a video producer for about 13 years now, but I've never really put my skills toward my own content. I generally like consumer technology, and I'll often go to great lengths to figure something out or troubleshoot something. My goal is to present products or ideas to you in the way that I wish somebody would present them to me. And being a small channel, I put out videos that can really complement those bigger smart home channels that you're probably already subscribed to. The ones that put out the initial setups, the unboxings, the app walkthroughs, etc. Where I try to slide in is that relatable, real world application. And I hope you click because you see this and you go, oh yeah, that's exactly how I want to use that thing. And through that lens, I can talk about all the good stuff, sometimes the troubles, but always the fun. So I hope you're enjoying watching these videos as much as I am making the videos. If you are, please subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram, where I try to post BTS stories of the things that I'm working on. And I'll see you next week.